What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link discount code down in the description. And talk about it, but also use it every single day. Clance LED, gonna change the way you watch sports, play video games, movies, TV shows, whatever it is. All you have to do, get the unit, plug it in. Best price is gonna be in the pin comment. And then from there, tell it what you want to see. You're going to get real live data from Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NASCAR, UFC, college football, you name it, it's going to do it. And absolutely zero subscription fee. So I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the like button if you want to see more of these videos. It's been a long time since I've done this. We're going to compare this Madden 25 to All Pro Football 2K. We're going to talk, in my opinion, about the disappointments of this game, the shortcomings of this game, and really what creates them. So let's start off by not simply looking at the lineman, Clint. Let's look at the gap here. We're going to focus on this kind of war in the trenches that we've been sold with Madden over the past couple years, first and foremost. Now, this is a goal line run, and truthfully, we're not going to compare that to goal line in All Pro Football, but very similar situations here. The running back here literally can run either way. The blocking is kind of broken up, so you, as a running back, have to make a very quick choice in a tight area, end up running into the back of the lineman. This happens a lot in football. If you want to call user error, go ahead, but we don't have a lot of control in this game either. However, what's important to note is this tackle that starts right here, number 24 and the running back. We've been sold all of these IQ, sapient technology, animations. I want to just start by saying something that should happen is linemen. These two linemen here, they should be pushing. They should help the running back get into the end zone. They should understand team objective, team goal. How do we accomplish that? Instead, what happens here is pay very close attention to the running back and the fact that he is pulled through one of the tight ends. Zach Ertz here pulled through him in this tackle. And this is what we don't want to see, right? This is what we should not have happening in modern day football. Keep in mind, I'm going to show you a game, All Pro Football 2K8, right, from 2008, right? It might not have linemen that push, but that, I believe, is something technologically that should have happened. But again, let's focus on the war in the trenches. And this, quite frankly, is the trench when you're talking about this play. This is where all the contact is going to happen. The blocks are going to either be won or be shed to impact this touchdown. And as you can see there, I don't think that I'm fooling anyone. I don't feel like I'm being disingenuous when I say that was a mess. That's impossible to read. That's impossible to say, yes, good play because this happened. Now, All Pro Football. Let's take a look at what happens. Again, very similar situation. I'm going to play it for you, and then we're going to go back. We're going to assess some things. The first thing I want to start to talk about is you've got that gap here, right? So the layouts here are very similar, but how these two games respond are very different. The running back comes up here, makes contact with the lineman, pushes him off, disengages. That puts a defensive lineman right in the path here to tackle the ball carrier. And he goes to tackle him, but we have an animation that prevents that from happening completely. The running back goes backwards, regains his footing. Same exact situation, really, that happens, except here, player gets kind of shifted through, warped through. What changes this? What improves this? Well, it's this animation right here, where the halfback stumbles backwards, regains momentum, composure, and then goes forward. And it doesn't always have to be a touchdown, but I think this moment right here is what's missing in Madden. And me personally, when you go through and you see, physics-based tackles, and this is what they sell us, okay? When they're talking about pre-impact, moment of impact, when they sit there and say, hey, listen, it's not ragdoll physics, it's not organic, but it's a combination. And when they sit there and they sell us intricate details like, hey, we're going to add 200 animations to player-specific pre-snap movements, when we're kind of setting the idea in our mind of what our expectation is for the game in its final form, I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm thinking about examples like this. This is a meaningful addition to a game, right? And if you're talking about adding this into the game, I think you have to also have the concept of when do you add this, right? Do you add this when you're trying to complete that war in the trenches, when you're trying to complete user control, when you're trying to complete a tackling system? I would say yes. Now, When are you adding those pre-snap animations of how the quarterback has separate mannerisms? Or how the linebacker reacts when he goes up to the line, lining up in the slot versus outside? To me, those are fine details that get added way after you have the actual core of the game functioning and working properly. So the fact that we're able to sit here, it's not just about compare a game 2007 release to 2024 and show you not only how it did it better, but specifically what they did to get it better. It's more so about, for really lack of a better term, the fluff that EA puts into its product, so that rather than selling you a physically better game, they just tell you what they've done to improve the game. And when you get it, the gameplay is broken. And to be completely honest with ourselves, no matter how much you add on pre snap, post snap, celebrations, none of that to me matters when the gameplay is broken. I want a rewarding gameplay experience. I don't want a rewarding celebration control. I don't want a rewarding pre snap control, pre snap mannerisms. I want a game that replicates football, that when I score a touchdown, I feel like my players that I chose, ultimate team, draft, franchise, had a say in that play being successful or not. And I want to feel like I made the right decision as the user to put myself in a position to score a touchdown. None of those things, in my opinion, none of those things are consistent in Madden right now. And it is because the focus has continually been put in the wrong areas. But they also know at EA Sports that many of us have played these older games, and when we hear them talk about these improvements, our mind goes back to All Pro Football, goes back to Backbreaker, NFL 2K5, and expect that if this truly is still the standard in which they're comparing themselves to, that all these animations that are adding for user control boil down to trying to get the game not to look like this, but to play like this. That's what's most important. We want to play a game with user control. And right now, we don't have it. We have a game that essentially equates itself to us watching the game play a series of animations that we simply have very little control over, where as you approach the goal line, you really don't have a firm idea of which way to run, and then your tight end stands there while a player goes through him to tackle you. I don't think that's what EA wants. I know that it's what we don't want. Love to know your thoughts on this. Again, like button to let me know you want to see more comparisons, and you know I will be back in the week with more commentary.